their best overall performance since the man arrived, and most certainly probably the most important win of his reign yet. How did you see it for you, Macca?
Spot on, mate. I'm absolutely delighted. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Where are you, Unai Emery tonight? Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. I said it on X earlier. I thought it was the best performance since Ange came to the football club. Patient, clinical, a clean sheet, restricted prime Barcelona that you lot were telling me they were, to one shot on target. One shot on target at their house, in their home, in their backyard. They only had 3 attempts all game, the whole game, only 3. That is incredible stuff. So I thought we were outstanding today. People on X are throwing XG at me, saying that I'm a nutter because I thought it was the best performance. And our expected XG was 0.4, whatever, in the first half, right? And we smashed them 4-0. I don't care about XG. I care about winning games with goals like that. So I thought we were brilliant. And I'm sure we'll get into it. I mean, wow, Pape Matar Sarr, take a bow, man. He is just incredible play. I thought the first half, like you talk about first half, second half, we were completely in control of that first half. And I actually put a tweet out before the game saying Villa will batter us in the first half and we'll batter them in the second half and we'll see what happens. It comes out. But I think I was wrong about that in the first half because I don't think they battered us at all. Arguably, they had a few more chances than us. I don't think we had a shot on target. And that is my one thing about this team. I'm sure we'll get into it. One thing about this team, you have to shoot more. That is my only criticism of them. I've been in that south stand, like all of us go when we go, like Pat's in the south stand, Tal's in the south stand, when we're in the south stand, and all we're doing is screaming at the players, not abuse, we're just screaming, shoot. Remember them times when you used to go and see Stefan Freund, and every time Freund would get the ball, shoot. We're just doing that with every player now. And I felt I was doing that as well from the comforts of my sofa. Big up to Mike and Ben. They've gone to the Villa today. John Little White Rose is down at Villa today as well. So big up the team from that. And, phenomenal atmosphere. The away fans, again, just absolutely outstanding. And I just, it's exactly what we needed, Rick, Tal, Patrick, team, viewers and listeners. We needed this because it just felt, for me just personally, since the Man City Cup defeat, there's not been something quite right on the pitch. There's a lot off the pitch that ain't right yet again. So I don't want to go down that route at the moment. I don't want to bring the mood down. But, we got a win against Palace and we got a win against Brighton, but they weren't great. And we obviously lost against Wolves. But this was proper from start to finish, in my opinion. We controlled that football match and we were absolutely brilliant. And a massive congratulations to our captain, our man, Heung-min Son, for now equaling the great Cliff Jones in 159 goals for the football club. Absolutely outstanding. We salute you, our captain. And I just thought we were brilliant, Rick.
And so we're at the home of a Champions League rival for the 4th spot. Even highlights further what a fantastic comprehensive win it was. Tal, how do you see the game for you?
I mean, this team today just made me happy. Like watching that game, I think for the first time in ages, we were not sitting there like, oh my God, are we going to mess this up? Are we going to do this? I think there just wasn't a minute really where I felt like we weren't in control of the game. And that was such a reassuring, unfamiliar feeling for all of us. Even at the beginning, like we weren't doing that well. They only look remotely threatening because of our mistakes. They didn't create any chances off their own back at all. So I thought we were just fully in control of the game and we loved that. And overall, I think it was such a complete away performance. And, like you touched on, definitely one of the best since Ange has been there. Arguably, probably one of the most important for sure. But I think we just did such a great job. What a team performance to have 4 different goal scorers away from home. Within a 45-minute period, incredible. Also, clean sheet, come on. I know last time I was on here a few weeks ago, we were slating it. We haven't had enough of those. And I think, we saw how important keeping that clean sheet was to Vic. He literally got his head bashed on the line trying to defend it. So incredible to keep that. But look, of course, there's bits that we could have improved on in the first half, but we can't complain. Look, we've just won 4-0 at Villa Park. So let's take that. We coped with the pressure well. We outplayed them in their own backyard. And it was just superb. So if anyone's unhappy, then what's wrong with you? We're happy.
But ultimately, one of the best, I would say, performances when you give the nature of just how much was riding on that, Pat. So sum it up for you.
Yeah, that was a game with actually, first and foremost, I want to say what's up to everyone on the panel, and obviously everyone tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're listening in. And yeah, it's great to be on there in good spirits. It's been obviously I'm seeing all the comments and a bit of tongue in cheek, people saying I need to apologize, Vicky needs to apologize. Listen, we're just realistic fans who understand what's going on, and we're showing Aston Villa the respect they deserve. Let's not be disingenuous, and because we battered them and we deserve to win, we were better in every metric, but they are a very good team. And going into it, I was worried. I'm not going to lie to you. Away at Villa Park under a good manager, good team, they were literally doing all the things that I hadn't seen us do in a while. And yeah, we went into that game in complete control. And like you said, Ricky, from minute one, like Talia alluded to and I've alluded to on previous pods, it's been a while since I've watched the Spurs game and felt comfortable. Even if we were winning 2-0, even if there was only 5 minutes left in the game, I always was on edge, like we could concede at any moment. But today we looked solid from, the first man to the 11th man. Everyone was in line, everyone was singing under the same hymn sheet. Vicario looked solid, even on corners when they were trying to crowd us out, everyone knew what their role was and everyone was working together for the team. And yeah, like Talia alluded to as well, the only time they really got in is when Basuma gave away a cheap pass at one point, so did Romero. But other than that, they didn't really carve us open. They showed a lot of respect to us and went to a back five. So they were a bit out of sorts because they don't play with a back five. So that just goes to show they were fearful of what we could do and, what our attack could do. And it was just brilliant to see. I mean, with both wing backs and full backs playing, and obviously, basically the trusted 11, we were in total control. Pat Matasar back to his best. He was everywhere. I mean, and that cross for Sonny's goal was absolutely delicious. One of the best crosses I've seen all season, coming from a midfielder like that. Insane. And yeah, I mean, going back to what I was saying before previously, going into this game, there was a lot riding on it. We had never beat Unai Emery team. So Unai Emery had got the best out of us in the last 6 games he had played us. He had won 4, drawn 2. Again, going into the game, Villa had scored 56 goals, we had scored 52. They had conceded 35, we had conceded 38. They had won 4 of their last 5 games, and we had only won 1 of our last 6 away games. So again, like I was saying before, when I was concerned and worried, it wasn't just because I was like, oh, Villa are much better than us. They were at that moment in time, but these are the games we live for, and business end of the season means everything means something. And the brilliant thing for us is that Villa and us have pretty much got to play the same level of teams, and we've all got to go to the same teams. So every game means something for both parties. And the way the title race is so tight and the battle for top 4 is so tight, it's now where you're going to see, who's really about it. And, crunch time, you saw Maddison step up today. Son stepped up. I thought everyone was brilliant. People have been getting on to Brennan Johnson. He stepped up. Timo Werner came off the bench and stepped up. Dragerson came in under a lot of pressure, away from home in the big game, to come in cold, knowing that a lot was riding on it. And he looked quality and just looked like he had slotted in. And yeah, this is when you see, the men from the boys. You separate the men from the boys and you see what the team's about. And a lot of people were doubting us and obviously kind of writing us off. But to win 4-0 away from home, it puts down a marker. And the next team to play us, which is Fulham, they're going to be worried now. And this is what we want. We want teams to show us that respect, and we want teams to know that we're more than capable at any moment to open them up. And like I said, it's the first time in a long time I've been really pleased with the performance.